Buongiorno! Get ready to go into our kitchen where we're going to make a sugu recipe. That's Sicilian sauce and sausage. Really, you can put any kind of meat, but we're going to keep it simple, step by step on how to make this. We made it for our party.
And stay tuned, so to speak, because in the next little segment, we're going to tell you how to embellish it. So it'll be super phantasmical good.
A super sugu.
A super sugu, yeah.
Sausage 1 and sausage 2. This is 1.6 kilos. This is 1.72. This one has the salt and pepper. This one has the parsley, the cheese, and all of that. So we are looking at what? Almost 3.5. So that's
7
3.5
pounds.
kilos.
Almost 7 pounds.
7 pounds. So let's get to it. Let's go.
All right. Now, first thing we're going to do is get a little bit of water in there.
What we're going to do is brown these first before we go put them in the sauce, right?
Absolutely. What do you got here?
Sausage. Sausage. You got some sausage? This is how they do it, right here.
Yeah.
Rings and rings. And let me see, is the water ready to go?
Nope, we have to roll it up first, though.
Roll it, roll it, roll it.
Okay.
I can do that.
Hold on.
This is called coiling the sausage.
Yep. We're not going to cook it. We're just going to brown it. Brown it. Okay, yes, it looks like we're going to have to do 3 loads, unfortunately.
3? I'm thinking 4.
So
Are you
we'll be here all night. Right. So it looks like we're going to cook these for about 3 minutes on each side and then flip
Is that
them.
Alfred Zappa 3 minutes or actual 3 minutes?
Not through 3 minutes. We want to get them to be a nice brown, but not
Now here's a question
not
for you.
cooked. Yeah.
Here's a question for you. Why are we using water and not olive oil?
Because that's what you're supposed to use. If you use the olive oil, it's going to fry it. You don't want to do that.
See,
okay?
all types of tips here.
The Eszter here is in the process of flipping them. And what's going to end up happening, once the water boils away here, the darkening process will take over, okay? Save a little bit of time, effort, and energy, and also because, I don't know, we just made an executive decision. We're going to take these and we're going to broil them to save a little bit of time. So, you know, basically brown them any way you want. So that water here and this one will dissipate, and we'll turn those brown. We'll flip them in a couple more minutes. In the meantime, Eszter is going to be squeezing these things in here. You want to get these guys golden brown. Golden brown. Not cook it completely. Golden brown. Because then it's going to go into the sugu sauce for a long time. Okay, first batch is just about ready.
This took about 15 minutes of constant stirring.
And turning.
And juices, right?
This juice isn't going to be saved for now. Okay? Okay, Bunny, these are the ones who are in the toaster oven. We're broiling,
let me tell you,
this one.
Let me tell you one thing. It's less messy, and this is the way we're going to do the
All right,
rest.
so for the rest of them, we'll do it like this, and we have a little bit of both of them. We're going to be cutting these up and sticking them back in, and then we're going to start with the sauce later on. Sausage.
Okay, so that took about 25 minutes, and you're telling me this is not cooked.
No, that's perfect. It's not. That's cooked enough for the sugu. Eszter, we have 2 down, 1 more to go.
We have 3 down. Okay, this is the last batch.
We have 3 down, 1 batch to go.
You're going to have a bunch of leftovers.
That's good. We're going to have leftovers, but now we're going to start the sauce.
Wait, before you do that, listen, the house is a mess because we're getting ready for a party, but come over here. I can't touch it, but look.
What are we doing?
You mean Sicily.
Oh,
Isn't
okay.
this
She wants to
cute?
show. Time now for our sponsor, Yumi in Sicily. Okay, so now we're going to start making the sauce.
So this is what I do. I crush them like this, all of them. These are crushed, and then I mince. See, that's already minced. By the way, did you see there's a study done that if you let garlic sit out about 10 minutes before cooking it, it increases the availability of the nutrient that garlic offers. And of course, we all know not only is garlic delicioso, but it's super duper healthy.
Now you're wondering, wow, that's a lot of garlic, but really we're going to be putting in four bottles of passata.
Well, I'm not using all of this.
All right, so that's it. This is enough garlic for This is four pieces of garlic?
Well, they were humongous.
Okay, but we have a lot of passata.
Sicilian, everything. They're humongous.
Okay, you're right. Everything is humongous.
Now, usually, what we do is put the olive oil. But don't put too much; it'll kill people.
It's not going to kill people.
Well,
it's four things over here.
We don't want it too much.
All right. Do you want to put some red pepper flakes in? Yes or no?
No.
I say yes.
Yeah, but not everyone likes red pepper flakes. You're taking a big chance.
All right. So now we put the oil in. What you want to do is, you don't want to cook the garlic. You just want it to
Sizzle.
As soon as it's on a sizzle.
You got to cover up the whole pan.
Yep.
You want to hear the sizzle, sizzle, sizzle. We're using the mutti passata, the pomodoro. Four of them.
Good, very good.
You can get this in the States too.
Yep. Now it's just starting to sizzle. That's when you put it in.
All four.
I can only open. Okay, put some water in.
Rinse it out.
To get all that goodness in here.
And what we're going to do is let this cook for a good half an hour. So that's 4 bottles right there. And now we're going to add the pomodoro concentrato. By the way, check out this awesome pan that we have. We're missing 2 very important ingredients.
What's that?
Oregano.
No, you don't want to put oregano in.
What?
You want to put oregano in? You could.
What?
No, I don't think so.
And what about not even 1 packet of sugar?
Yeah, we're going to put sugar in there.
I think at least 4.
No.
Cut the acid.
Okay, that's on here now.
All right, now I've decided to just use the scissors because it's easier. By the way, you know what's on the menu? Scacciata, hummus, and crackers, and celery and carrots, and caponata, and lots and lots and lots of bread, and it's going to be a feast.
And meanwhile, back at the ranch, the sauce is waiting for the sausage, and I tasted it. Excellent taste. Excellent taste. You know, Eszter, I wanted to tell you something. Some people, and usually I do, I put a little bit of oregano in here. Today we didn't because it's going to be offset by the flavor of the sausage. Other people put onion in here.
Other people put red wine in here.
Some people put red wine in here.
Some people put basilico.
Basil in here. But this is, what we did is we want the sausage to kind of stand out. And this is kind of going to be a dipping type of a sausage. But you can do a lot of other things too. You could put chicken in. You could put pork in. Or meatballs. I mean, there's a lot of different...
Pig's feet.
Who?
Pig's feet.
Pig's feet. All right. Now the old sausages go in here.
Okay. And what about the juices? We want the juices in there.
Yeah, you can put those juices in. You don't want to put a lot of it, but there you go. You want to get a little bit of that
That's the
goodness.
good stuff. That's what's going to give it a real good flavor. I don't know.
All right. So now we have to. The next thing we have to do is check the ratio between the sausage and the sauce. Make sure that it's not, these guys got to cook properly.
Hopefully they're not drowning.
They're not drowning.
In the sauce. All right, basta.
You have 2 more. All right, now we have to get the other one.
Que bueno. Now we're going to serve this with bread, but you could also serve it, of course, with the pasta. Bon appetito. I hope you enjoyed this. For the party, we served it with fresh bread, with crusty fresh bread, but you can also serve it, of course, with pasta. And Alfred, what's the best cut of pasta? Of course, the ones with the lines will absorb the sauce better, which is what you want. But according to you, what is the best type of sauce?
Well,
what is the best type of pasta?
If you have the fresh pasta, any type of fresh pasta is good. It's also quicker. But the rigatoni with lines is good. A good spaghetti is good. And the sine qua non of a finishing product with that particular dish that you saw, Eszter, would be some good grated Parmesan cheese that doesn't come out of a cardboard box.
Listen, Parmigiano on any pasta except the one with fish, right? You have to have Parmigiano with the pasta. Now let me ask you about the tomatoes. So what we did was use a bottled passata,
Correct.
which is tomato pureed tomato.
Right.
We didn't use the ones with the chunks, but some people can make their own sauce from fresh tomatoes as well.
Right, that's called a marinara sauce, and really the expert gourmet cooks would never use a pasta sauce. But let's face it, we had 27 people, and I wasn't going to peel tomatoes and blanch them all day long. Number one. But number two is that what do we use? Okay, some people, swear by crushed tomatoes. We used a passata sauce that was nice and smooth, but you could use that. Be very careful if you're in the States, the type to use. My mom, believe it or not, she used a Hunt's tomato sauce. It's a kind of like a sweet one.
Yeah.
If you're going to use, or you can use San Marzano imported tomatoes, which is a little bit, I guess you could say, on the bitter side. But you have to watch out for imitations on that San Marzano. There's a lot of fraud going on. I was reading something like 80% of all cans that are marked Eszter, San Marzano, coming into the States are fake. So be careful with that, especially if it says San Marzano style tomatoes, and then you look on it and it says canned in California. Those are not San Marzano.
You just have to be careful.
Yeah, be
with
careful
all of that
with that.
stuff. All right, now let me tell you that this was our recipe. I know everyone out there has their own recipe. Some people put wine, some people put onions, some people don't put sugar. Hey, I'm curious about your recipe, so if it's different than ours, let us know. And as I mentioned before too, you can put all types of things. One year we even did meatballs. We didn't do that this time because we went heavy on the sausage, but it's such a fun and hearty food to have. So that's what I wanted to say about
My
that.
daughter Jennifer, she's a smart one, that one. She uses turkey sausages.
My mom does that
Right?
too. Yeah.
They're very, very good with turkey sausages. For the vegans or for the non-meat eaters, what she does is she literally makes a plain sauce without the
meat.
The meat, and she prepares the meat in a separate thing. And then people want to have, meatballs, turkey sausages.
Hey, you can make a
regular
vegetarian ball with some kind of a vegetable, mush it up.
Yeah,
I know.
there's a lot of. It's
There's
up
so
to your
many
imagination.
variations.
I mean, everybody has got their favorite recipe, but this is a quintessential thing to eat. But you don't eat it on New Year's Eve.
No.
Christmas Eve, excuse me. That's typically reserved, even in Sicily, for a fish. But not, by the way, the 7 fishes. There is no such thing as 7 fishes in Sicily.
Yes, we know.
Right? We could have a scacciata made out of vegetables, for example, is a good thing to have.
Now notice I said sugu. I didn't say gravy. I didn't say ragu. I didn't say anything else. I said sugu because that's Sicilian for what we made. Now I know there's there like a continuous battle online about, is it sugu, is it gravy, or is it sauce? Is it gravy or is it sauce? I mean, what is this? I mean, I know gravy, we use gravy during Thanksgiving. Here, by the way, they say for a red sauce, they call it a salsa. Ragu is the one with meat. And then sugu is Siciliano.
I think in the New York, New Jersey folks, if it's a plain sauce, pretty much they'll call it a sauce. But if it's got any type of meat in it, meatballs or whatever, then that's a gravy. I believe that's how they do it. Because I put gravy on my turkey, just so you know.
We had a bash, 27 people at our home for our 10-year anniversary celebration. We had people that we work with for a long time. We had close friends, and so happy to have some of you guys watching. Jody DeLuca came from Ispica. Jennifer Chiarienza and her husband Carl came from Modica. We had Anthony Campanella come from Avola/Pietra Perzia. So we had Americans, we had Sicilians, and it was so much fun to host people at our house. So that's what I wanted to say about that. We're going to show you a little bit of the food that we had, and that's all I wanted to say about that.
I want to ask you 2 questions.
2 questions.
Did we get any panettones?
Okay, so before the party, I said to Al, we don't need to buy any dessert because we're going to have plenty of dessert. Al, we don't need to have a panettone. No, we got to get a panettone. Okay, so we bought a panettone. I said to him, I bet you $10 we're going to end up with at least 5 panettones. we ended up with 8.
All right, let me ask you
That's
another
not
question.
true. 9.
How
9.
much bread did we go through?
Not a lot because everyone was having scacciata. So I bought about 7 pounds of bread and maybe 1 pound was eaten. Anyway, it was a lot of fun and we were so happy to have everyone. Here's a preview of our delicious cheese, 3 types of cheese. That's a Gouda, that's one with hot pepper and olives. That's a Parmigiano 30-month. Fig jam, scacciata. We've got these salty, yummy things. That's bread with cheese on it. The caponata, fresh crusty bread, and of course, the sugu. This is what's left over. What are we going to do with all the sugu? And we're going to have to give some away and eat some. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas in the Vida Zappla household. Here's a little preview of what our place looks like right now for the festivities. This is Cup Ida that Alfred gifted me. It means she in Sicilian, and Idu up here. We have our Testa de Mors all decorated. This piece was a gift from one of our friends, Giuseppe Giuffrida, from the Sicilian Card Museum. It was made by someone in Ragusa, and it is hand-painted, and the character from the puppet show plays. And then this is so cute. I love this piece every year. Mrs. Claus and Mr. Claus with the Sicilian flag. Now this piece already had Peace, Joy, and this was another gift from someone during our parties. Let's see, what else can I show you? Oh, the outside. Last week, Alfred tried a hot chocolate, like this one, and we came back with our friends, and he had a white chocolate. So why not today? Let's do a taste test with the white chocolate. This company is called Choconat. Choconat.
It's from Reggio Emilia.
Sì, assaggia. Assaggia, Alfred.
It's going to taste doubly good today because I got my Christmas present from my son Matthew. Austin Prep is my alma mater. Put my name on it.
That's pretty special.
It's a perfect gallivanting around town in the wintertime. It's insulated. Are you kidding me? I'm a happy camper today.
All right.
All right, here we go, Eszter. This is the
Cioccolata bianco.
And it has the consistency almost of a pudding. Almost of a pudding.
It's made with milk and white chocolate.
Right.
So, look at that face.
I'm in heaven when this is the best. This blows away even the chocolate.
Really?
It's like a vanilla pudding.
Wow.
Explosion of taste in my mouth.
Oh my gosh, that looks so good. Now look at this. They have the traditional chocolate, the chocolate, dark chocolate, then chocolate extra dark, chocolate with milk alla latte, milk chocolate, Cioccolato bianco is what you're having. Cioccolato bianco con granella di nocciola with a hazelnut, white chocolate with hazelnuts. And this was chocolate con granella di nocciola, hazelnut. And here's another one with chocolate. Wow. So there you go.
I have to say
Hot
something, okay?
chocolate.
Last thing I want to say, Eszter will put the website in the notes today, and I believe you can order the powder to make this stuff. All right? And when you do, you will go to heaven. It is awesome, believe me.
So Al's been really upping his game in doing Italian. How many days straight of Duolingo?
230.
That's unbelievable. Almost a year.
And 165
and he's been getting
in my grammar
so serious about grammar. And I just love the one thing that he came up with that had me laughing for days. So here you'll say, I'll see you later. Ci vediamo dopo. I'll see you later. And how would you say it?
Ci vediamo dopo, alligator. Silly, huh?
If you're watching this before Christmas, Merry Christmas. If you're watching this after Christmas, hope you had a great Christmas. And let's see, what are we going to do for Christmas? I think one day we're going to stay in and I'm going to cook. I'm going to make my mother's smashed potatoes, as she calls them, maybe turkey, maybe something. And then we're going to go out to eat, right? And it's, by the way...
next day, Christmas Day.
Christmas Day, we're going to go out to
Someplace.
eat. Someplace.
Yeah, we'll figure it
So
out.
I'm wondering what you guys will be eating for Christmas, or what did you have for Christmas?
Whatever it is that we're going to eat, it's not going to be spam. That I plan for you, I promise you, right? But anyways, have a great holiday, great Christmas.
Happy,
joyous, healthy.
And what else?
And then we're
And we
going to get
love
ready
you.
to go to Taormina for New Year's, which is another video.
Ciao. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. Love you.
Love you very much.
Ciao.
God bless you.